Hey, so this is part two of my what I learned about 2021. Who have I become? That's my homework. My homework was or is to reflect upon who have I become. Oh, so, well, who have I become? I don't know who I've become. I can't, let's see. As I talk my way through this, I'm sure I will find out what that is. So I need to hear myself say it. I think just recently, I know that I cannot control what other people do, the responses to things. Um, I can't control what I'm going to say and how I am going to react to things. But I can control those actions from other people. And that's that I know. I think one of the lessons I just recently learned is do not ever have expectations of others. When you have expectations of others, what happens is a lot of the time those expectations are not met for whatever reason, and then you feel many unpleasant emotions. There you go. Unpleasant emotions. What I've learned this year also is that a lot of leaders choose to, and this was something somebody said, and it's like half the leaders they could be. Why? Because they only work through one style of leadership and one style of leadership only, regardless of what's going on. And they have the potential to be that leader, right? A catalyst leader that people are looking for, but they choose not to be. And what I've learned about that is that I always have to pay attention to the kind of leader I am. I need to be self-aware of the kind of leader I am and how am I behaving, okay, and the reasons I'm behaving a certain way. Because it's not just about the behavior itself, it's about why are you behaving that way. And hopefully what I'll find is like there's no selfish reasons for me to behave a certain way. The other thing I learned is that the impact that you have as a leader, it is huge. It could be a negative impact or a positive impact, but at the end of the day, it's huge. And that cannot be taken for granted. You are in a role who affects many other people. And again, going back to recognizing whether or not you're a half leader or they're just kind of like sort of a leader. I'm recognizing your behaviors and why you're doing these is extremely important, because bottom line, your decisions affects others. And let me tell you that as a leader, you don't want to be in a position where you find yourself alone. You want to be in a position where you have people who trust you, who value your opinion, who know that you value their opinion, who know that you will support them and that they will support you. Okay? People that will want to see themselves in the picture of like the kind of leader you are, what you mean to them, because that means that they're learning from you. Okay, so you're helping them grow and achieve great things. So yes. So who have I become this year? I become a more confident, self-aware, in control of the kind of leader I am. What have I learned this year? I've learned this year that even though I am very capable of doing many things, because I have a lot of experience in different roles, actually fully on executing them from the bottom up, I don't want to be that person who is continuously having to run or having many hats. I've learned that I need to set up boundaries, clear boundaries of what is it that I want, what is it that I'm not willing to do, up to what point am I willing to do something, okay? And then if those things do not happen, what am I willing to do about it? Okay. Now, what I've learned about my flexibility. I am way too flexible. This is what I've learned. Because I don't stick to my boundaries. Because I just know how to do things. Because I want to see people succeed, help them grow. I find myself in situations where I am way too flexible, and again, doing way too many things. And this actually hurts my vision, my goals. Okay? It hurts the people that I'm working for or with, because being so into the weeds, then what happens is I stop seeing the big picture. Now I'm fully invested in the smaller picture. I don't have time either to say, hey, you know what, this is going wrong, or this needs to be improved, or this is something that needs to be evaluated, because I don't have the time, because I'm fully invested in the small picture. Then I stop doing what I'm supposed to do. And which really sucks, because I mean, the whole reason I'm working with you is to go about change, to make things happen, okay, at the larger picture, so the smaller picture can start feeling, looking, changing in a way that is sustainable, okay? People embrace it. But then that has a cost. And the cost is I cannot be involved so much so in the smaller picture. I need to understand the smaller picture so that I can help with the bigger picture, or vice versa. Understand the bigger picture to help with the smaller picture. However, I cannot be 100% invested in the smaller picture. And there you go. I need to, that's one of the boundaries too, right? What am I willing to do in the smaller picture to help with the bigger picture? Hmm. Okay, so that's part of who have I become. Now, what have I, um, what have I been able to do that I'm proud of during this past year? So I'm gonna go ahead and say that hmm. So when I was talking about boundaries and being flexible, I was talking about work. But if I go back and evaluate that, I've also learned about boundaries in my own family, with my kids, just in general, right, with friends and everything, about what I want to do, what I'm not willing to do. I've learned it's been really, really hard, especially with family, to set those boundaries and say, you know what, up to here. This is how I feel. This is I'm being transparent about this, okay? I accept whatever you have to bring to the table. I will listen to you, but that doesn't mean that I agree with you. That's just the way you feel. I validate it, because the way you feel is the way you feel. However, I do not feel the same way, and I also need to be respected in that sense. And the same thing, being flexible to what point? Being flexible to a point where I'm getting hurt all the time, when I'm not happy. So yes, this year I've worked on that, and I think that is a work in progress, especially family, because you love them so much. But it's a must do. So along those lines, in part one of like lessons learned for 2021, I talked about being vulnerable. I said it right. It's always hard to pronounce that word for me. So yes, I'm working on that. That's basically what it comes down to. Um, what I've learned this year, what I'm proud of, what I'm not proud of. I'm not proud of not setting boundaries. I'm not proud of being so flexible. I am now proud of not walking away when I see things that are not working. Um, okay, so what I'm proud of. Let's start with work. I am extremely proud of the fact that I was able to work with people who were willing to trust whatever I was bringing to the table. I am proud of that I did this by just being me. Okay? Just being me. I didn't put on an act. So I managed to keep that going, which is great. Okay, 4 years, 4 years, yeah, a little more than 4 years. Just being me is great. I'm like I said before, I might change the approach to certain things, but not willing to change who I am to get the job done. I am proud of having come into a company where something was needed. No one knew exactly what that was. And making it into something that, as of today, has impacted an entire department. I think we have 5 teams now. I am proud of always looking for what's the best solution for the client versus just sticking to the books, because honestly, there's a lot of great information in books. There's a lot of great information in videos. But if you just take that as a script and just say, okay, this is what we're going to roll with because this is what the best standards, or the best practice, or so-and-so say so, you might be setting up your client for failure because it just doesn't work for them. So I'm proud of that. I am proud of all my other clients who have grown and continue to trust me. I am proud of this year, I guess this year, no, so I am proud of the fact that I am a one-person company. Well, my business partner, Marley's with me all the time. And that I've managed to do great things and I don't want to say on my own because that's not true, right? To get things in a certain state, to get people on board with things. This is not something you do on your own. But I've managed to figure it out, to bring it to a table, okay, to evaluate the situations in my little office here at home. And that I'm proud of. I am proud of my dedication, not only to the people I help, not only to me, just overall my goals. I am extremely proud of that. I am proud of voicing out, to be honest, reaching out for help. Reaching out for help more than I usually do. Exposing myself, being okay with whatever comes my way, wanting that feedback. I am extremely proud of that. But it depends on who it comes from. Okay? Because not everyone has the same intentions, and not everyone knows me in a way that they can see where I'm coming from, or challenge me in a way that I'm like, I didn't think about it that way. Or challenge me in a way to be true to what I really want to say, instead of the frosting of whatever you don't really want to share. Do I have work to do? I do. I have a lot of work to do. I'm looking forward to that work. I I I don't know. It's like the working on myself so that I can help others, learning more is just something that I look forward to all the time. I want to continue on my coaching journey. Everything comes with a price. There's a price tag to everything. And I'm willing to pay that price tag in the form of like studying and other stuff. I'm just happy, I guess, about everything I've accomplished. And now that I'm saying it out loud, I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I always do this exercise at the end of the year. I guess I didn't have just some criteria. I write down like on stickies, like the other day I wrote down on sticky some topics and just kind of brainstorm on those topics. But now I think about, hey, you know what I've just learned? I learned that I need to probably do this twice a year, because I think it will give me perspective on things. I think so. I'm gonna keep working on being the leader I wish I had as my leader. I don't want to be just half a leader that I could be. I'm gonna continue to work on my boundaries, on how flexible am I willing to be with everything. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have to go back and with my first video and then this video, like kind of revisit everything again and just sit down and like write my thoughts, like my complete thoughts on how am I going to do this? Because I think that's the most important part, right? Because words are just words. How am I going to do this? What am I willing to do? What if this happens? How I'm going to handle it. Okay? So anyway, I've done my homework. Thank you again for everyone who's been supporting me. It means the world. Like I said on my first video, I'll say it on the second video because I really, really mean it. Have a nice day. Bye.